We are, folks. Episode 80, Abomination Vault's goodness. We're all set to play some Pathfinder 2. You guys are ready for some Pathfinder 2 as well, right? You ready to play?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Yes, fantastic. All right, we're going to pick up where we left off last time. We're going to jump right in this, do our introductions first, and then someone's going to do a recap, and that'll be Rachel tonight. She's going to do the recap for an extra hero point. So let's jump right into this session here. Kyle, go ahead and introduce yourself, your character, aspirations for the evening.
Howdy. I'm Kyle. I play Bjorn, the really tall human fighter cleric hybrid. I man the front line with Valifor, and we rack him and stack him in any way we can get him. Kind of was nice to have a day just to shop around and get some supplies and get some other stuff there that we needed. Take a rest, much needed. So time to get back to it, I believe. So hopefully it doesn't get too crazy on us, but I think we're better prepared now.
Yeah.
So, good to go.
Good to go. Glad to have you back, Kyle. Sharpen up those blades. We're going to go to Karma. What's going on, Karma?
Hello. I play Karma Sunseeker. She is a war priest of Iamode. She's really happy to be back in town, so she had a chance to, visit the Dawnflower and pray at the shrines there, and do a little shopping of her own, get some new things to try out, and she's raring to go to see what's going to happen next.
Awesome. Pretty much the newest member of the companions. Well, not really. Cypher's pretty new too. Yeah. Jesse, do your intro.
Hey guys, I play Valifor, our two-handed specialist fighter. Tonight, he may have gotten himself into a little bit of trouble with the Osprey Club, which is the local crime scene of Otari. But this may be the introduction to Valifor's new axe that is named the Blackheart. Maybe we'll learn more about Blackheart later.
Maybe. What do you think, Rachel?
I'm not going to save you guys this time. Not like how it was at Mayor Menemius' house, where I had to go back and literally apologize. So, Valifor, you're on your own. I think you'll find a way out. And Bjorn's there with you, so it's not a big deal. You guys have this.
Is that your intro, Rachel?
Oh, also, my name's Rachel. I play the character Cypher. That's just a nickname. And, she'd prefer that nobody actually knew her real name anyways. She likes to just be like the wind. She's here and then she's gone. She's a free spirit. She likes to cast spells and do other bardly things, but if you ask her to play for you, you will get a flat out no. She doesn't like to play for other people unless it's absolutely necessary. And when she is not singing, she is sneaking around because her true passion is to go on adventurous dungeon dives, to just explore and uncover things, and not bring them to a museum. She has a whip, but she much like a musical Indiana Jones, but she will not bring it to the museum. It's for her own personal collection.
Awesome. Get an extra hero point. Or wait a minute, no, not until you do the recap. Which we'll slide right into next. Rachel's going to continue. She's going to do a little quick recap of what happened last session.
Hey, it's me again!
Hey.
Alright, last session began with hostile actions from the companions, and the one we've known to be Jafaki and the Drider. This was a very rough combat for everybody. It began poorly. It began so badly. Jafaki and the Drider were out of reach. They were floating up high. They were clinging to the wall, way high above. But with the help of Karma's airwalk spell, the team was able to kind of close that gap and bring Jafaki down. Unfortunately for the companions, the Drider did manage to escape with a trick up its long, hairy sleeve. Just kind of disappeared out of sight, and we did not pursue. We said, to heck with that. Instead, we were mesmerized by the bountiful stash left by Jafaki. We collected everything, just threw everything into a bag, along with some other items back at base, and we made haste to return to Otari. But there was one thing to note, however, is that en route to the upper levels of the gauntlight, by the staircase there was what appeared to be a fallen demon. There was also a concerning presence that Cypher detected. She swore something was following them. Nonetheless, we moved on to Otari, and once we were there, Bjorn set off to show the carved trophy, once known as Jafaki, now just Jafaki's head. He showed it to the mayor, who, after some conversation, wanted nothing to do with it. In fact, he was very appalled by the fact that Bjorn actually took it there. So instead, he brought it over to Rin, hoping for a better reaction. And instead of gaining her attention with the headless, or the head of the creature, she was instead drawn by the mention of flesh warping. Rin mentioned that the Drow are quite involved in this type of practice and are very dangerous. It was clear she had more to say, but asked for the audience of the other companions before continuing. Meanwhile, back at the Rowdy Rockfish, Cypher was kind of rummaging through her things, enjoying life, and just being who she is at the bar. She was interrupted by a halfling claiming they carried a message from Althea. She read the message and has yet to bring this to the others' attention. The end. Or to be continued, I mean.
Excellent. We need to find out what that says. And we're going to find out. Let's see, I think I got your item set up here in your inventory, Valafor. Thanks for that, Rachel. You get yourself an extra hero point for that.
Thanks.
And
I got it. Thank you.
yeah, it should be in there. You could test it out. Since you're playing remote, Kyle can test it out for you to make sure it's functioning properly. Go ahead and try that, Kyle. Kyle, did you do your intro?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see the potency, damage. Yeah, that looks right.
Did it roll 2 dice? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. So that works. Of course, you don't have the axe at the moment, but. And why, you might ask? Well, as soon as the party got back to Otari, it was almost dusk. They began to go their own ways and get involved in their own things, as Rachel pointed out, with Bjorn heading up to Minami's manor. Cypher going through her bag she found, pulling out all kinds of things. Just limitless things pulling out from this bag. A bag that perhaps is magical. She hasn't shared that with anyone. She was approached by a small halfling, offering her a message, which she took and read. Perhaps we'll find out what that message is tonight. But in the meantime, Karma set off to Rin Savixi. She set off for her daily prayers at the dawn flower. Her daily evening prayers. Which the dawn flower library was open to her as dusk set in. Normally they close the doors, but it's always available to the populace, especially those seeking comfort and warmth of a shrine. Always available. Later on in the evening, Bjorn and Valifor met up, looking for runes to add to their weapons, to help them in the fight against whatever lies in the gauntlight. They did manage to find themselves a striking rune at the Otari garrison. Of course, it cost Valifor quite a bit of his magical items in a trade, which they gladly accepted for this striking rune. However, they couldn't find how they were going to transfer this rune to their weapon, in this case Valifor's axe. He set aside his beloved Retribution axe for a new axe, a new sharpened bladed axe that he wanted to transfer a rune to, a striking rune, the very rune he has in his hand, in his possession right now. Following a few leads, they went to the Crow's Cask. The Crook's Nook, where they were led to believe that, there's some shady ones there. You might be able to find someone who can transfer this rune to your new axe. So they went there, investigating the possibilities of such. Valifor was confronted almost immediately upon entering the chamber by Yasmira. Yasmira is a character who the companions met earlier on, or some of the companions met earlier on. She recognized Valifor, and she approached and made an offer. Surely they would help Valifor transfer the rune to his new axe. No problem. It could be done in the night, in the evening. It could be done for him. By morning, he would have in his possession a magical axe with a rune of striking. But the price for this was some gold. 20 gold pieces up front, more to be promised later, and maybe more good things as well. But also a mission. Ismira said, "We're looking for someone who's very much connected with us, if you know who I mean. Galen Shadowblade has been missing for months. Find him. It'll be well worth your effort," she promises. Valifor did not share this information, at least not the details. Or did. He did share this with Bjorn, without hesitation. So Bjorn is in on this as well. So there's that. And I assume you guys headed back to the Rowdy Rockfish and talked about your exploits and the things you did. Karma come back with some potions. Whether or not she shared that with the others really doesn't matter. She has what she has. That's what she does. She heals. Is there anything else you guys discuss at the Rowdy Rockfish before you call it an evening and head to your rooms?
I would like specific invisibility to Cypher. Kind of with a smile, and I want to kind of say to her, I think that you'd be able to use this very, very, I don't know if the word is right, but effectively.
Cypher holds it, like she takes it from you and holds it. And she says, I'd much rather lull myself into an invisible state. Perhaps this might be something better suited for you. Becoming invisible is quite a specialty of mine.
I'll hold on to it for now, for use, but I'm not sure it's something I can use as well as you can. But for now, I'll hold on to it.
She offers that if you'd prefer, I can hold on to this just for carrying it if your bags get too full.
I do have a little bit of a lot of stuff in my bag, so that would be helpful.
Okay. She'll like motion to put it in the chest, and then she'll take it.
Yeah, you could just drop off anything you want to trade into the loot box, the rowdy rockfish. Somebody else can grab it.
Bjorn will kind of look to Cypher, Carmen, Valfor. Feels odd being back after spending so much time underground. Valfor, were they at least able to help you with your room?
Possibly. Hopefully they bring it back to me in the morning. We shall see if they honor their word.
If not, we can always go back. I'm glad at least one of our weapons got enchanted.
Yeah, they weren't too up on helping you. I tried, but those religious symbols on your armor didn't go over well with them.
Yes. They almost saw the unreligious side of me.
Yeah, perhaps. We could have went south real quick there.
South for them. It was fully on.
I don't know if they can be trusted, but they did pay me, so we shall see.
You share this conversation with the others?
I was gonna ask. We're in the same place, right? Are you just saying this casually, or to Bjorn all on the side?
Casually, just kind of, kind of as a fill-in, kind of, here's what we've been doing, kind of thing. So, yeah, Bjorn's not.
Was that Jess?
I said, keep your eyes open for this Gilman character. He's supposedly in the gauntlight. We have to bring him to them for a reward.
Did they specify alive or dead?
That was exactly what I was about to say. If he's in the gauntlet alone, odds are he's probably no longer among the land of the living.
Well, when they bring my axe in the morning, I'll ask.
Yes, I think it's rather important we find out in what state we must return him. It's much easier to carry a dead body than somebody who might be unwilling. Were they in the gauntlet of their own free will, or did they escape and run away?
From what I understand is he went there and found something of power, and now they want him back. So he's in. Something's going on.
That sounds like a little bit of both.
Yeah.
He may not be willing to go if what they found they want to keep for themselves.
Probably.
Well, that will be an interesting encounter when and if we meet this so-and-so.
Indeed. But for now, is everyone prepared to engage these creatures in the lower level?
I think we're well equipped for further diving into the gauntlet. If you've checked the stash, I've kept myself busy by examining each of these things that we had not examined before. You might be pleased to find that we now have an arsenal of curious things, and I have, of my own free will, decided to keep some of these items, and I will share with you that I've decided to keep, being the only one who can wield it, the wand of magic missile and another wand, one of illusionary creature. I think I'll have quite a bit of fun with these.
Indeed. I require nothing from the stash. The group can have them. I acquired. He pulls a rather large bastard sword off of his back, kind of glinting. Acquired a few new weapons myself.
Those should surely come in handy. Perhaps if we use that with this poison that I've examined and identified, it might create a deadly combination.
Indeed it shall. Would you be unwilling to hold on to that for me?
I was able to identify more than one, so I do have two of them. I'm not very familiar with coating blades in poison, but when we get to that, we'll figure something out. But yes, I will hold on to it, and we'll remind you later when the time calls that I carry such an item.
Bjorn will kind of shortly curtail and kind of bow a little bit, make her feel a little bit less short, and look up there.
Apprehensive. Oh.
My thanks.
She frowns. Like, what?
It was a bow. Just your
Maybe an
standard
eye
weapon.
roll here. Like, oh, Bjorn, your posture. That's not good for your back.
I'll mention that when Cypher was talking about this poison, that immediately got your attention, Bjorn.
You're cutting in and out.
How about now? Am I okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now you're good.
All right. When Cypher mentioned poison, coating weapons with poison, Bjorn, that got your attention as well as you, Karma. What a dishonorable way to fight a battle. You would never use poison. Such are the commands of Ayamode. To see it used in battle would be even as dishonorable. To know that your friends are using such weapons, highly dishonorable. Terrible.
Well, Cypher said what she said.
So keep that in mind, servants of Ayamode.
Well, since we are all together, Cypher also rummages out. She pulls out this terribly crinkled piece of parchment. She tries to smooth it out, and she hands it to the others. Very peculiar moment I had earlier today, since our arrival. A little halfling claimed to be a deliverer of sorts, handed this to me. It seems to have belonged to one of the other companions. It means absolutely nothing to me.
I wonder how they're faring. I have not seen nor heard from Arthurian in quite some time.
And Bjorn, as you read this notice, I can read what the note says.
Okay.
It says, "To those bravely carrying on the mission of the gauntlight, it seems our pursuit to purge Belcora and her forces extends beyond just the gauntlight and Otari. Some of the other companions and I have received word that her servants are at large and must be stopped. We have joined forces with one other, who shall not be named, and have set out to investigate. Should we find anything substantial, we will send further communication. In our absence, do not give the gauntlight time to rest. I pray for your safety. May Desna guide you." and it's written with Althea and perhaps additional signatures from the other companions that traveled with her. Maybe it's like a handprint for Sheppy. I don't um, like
Not
a
so
little.
much fun.
Oh no, a bite
Yeah.
mark or something.
Yeah, like maybe he
Something that-
nibbled on it.
Althea's is like all very feminine and dainty. And then there's Sheppy's.
Arthurian's is very large and blocky.
And this is why Althea wrote the note to begin with. The most legible.
Yeah, because if it would have been Arthurian, it would have been like 4 pages long just to write all of that. Because it would have been like an all dwarven, and then he had to copy it to, common. And But yeah, Bjorn would kind of look to the letter. Iomede's mercy, follow them wherever they may.
And Cypher's like, hey now, we're gonna need some of that luck for ourselves. Tell Iomede to follow us. They're on their own. They decided to leave.
Does Althea or any of the other companions, Sheppy, Arthurian, in particular, those three, have access to any keys? You'll have to go to your character sheet and take one last look. But if there's any keys in there that you feel you want to share with the other companions, knowing that you're not coming back, this is your chance to include them in the message.
Althea was not carrying any keys.
Sheppy and
Wait a
Arthurian,
second.
double check that.
Unless the unusual object in there is a key. But other than that, should be void of keys.
Nothing in yours, Val.
Nope, no keys.
And nothing in Arthurian.
Okay, just a little double check, because she would have had that sent along as well, perhaps not in the letter, but left behind at the Roddy Rockfish for safekeeping, held by Brelder or something, and she'd pass it on to you. So with that out of the way, we're all good. So we'll leave the other companions to their journey to the north, and we'll see what happens with them soon enough. But that's that. Give yourself an extra hero point for that, Rachel.
Yeah.
And being creative there was really good. I'm planning on adding to it, but no, you covered it all. So there you go. If there's anything else you guys want to do before evening sets in, do that now.
Good.
All right.
All good.
All right. So you've all agreed to meet once again in the morning. The Rowdy Rockfish. I assume you all have rooms there. And the evening passes without incident. You can fully recover. Do your daily preparations. It's about 3 hours past sunrise when we pick up this session. So if you want to rearrange your spells, do that now. Everybody gets full healing, full night's rest. And yeah, we're all set. Now, where are you, Valafor, when you wake up in the morning after a good sound sleep?
They said they'd meet me here for my axe, correct?
Yeah, so where are you in the morning? Where are you waiting?
Downstairs, waiting intently at the door, waiting for my axe.
At your table, or you're just standing there at the door, just waiting for whoever walks through? Gonna
I'm
accost
waiting
them.
at the door.
You're gonna wait at the door. All right, you're probably standing outside the place then.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long before you notice, out of the corner of your eye, someone is waiting for you. Right at sunrise, there you see in the corner a green-cloaked human-sized individual. And he comes walking up to you with a limp. He's got a limp to his walk. And you can tell he has something under his cloak. Would you be the Valifor of the companions?
Yep, that's me.
I
You
have
for
something
me?
for you. And he opens up his cloak, and there is the axe. This would be yours. We even wrapped it for you. And when he says that, you look down at the blade edges. They're covered. They have leather covers over top of the blade side. Common practice. When you're walking around with weapons, everything has to be either tied or covered, or you get fined. This is yours.
Yes, it is.
And he hands it over to you. Just as you ordered.
Thank you. I have some questions for you before you leave.
I have to leave. I'm sorry. And he begins to turn
Wait a
towards the steps. I have to go. You have your axe.
Listen, Galen. This fellow, you know of him, right?
I don't know anyone. And he begins to walk down the steps.
I'm gonna grab his cloak.
You grab a hold of him?
Yeah.
Okay. He stops. He turns.
What do you mean you don't know who he is? You
I
are part of this group, right?
I just doing what I'm told. I don't know anything about this.
Is he lying to me?
Give me a perception roll blind.
I don't know.
He looks like he's being honest. He doesn't look like he knows anything. He's just delivering your axe.
Alright. I'll let him go.
Thank you. And he makes off to the north, towards the bridge.
I go back inside.
Okay, with your new axe in tow. You have it in your inventory, so we tested it out, so it's all good. You got your weapon. Do you examine it?
Yep. Swinging around a little bit.
You can see where the rune has been transcribed to the edge. You feel its power. And Karma, I assume you've made your way down there and you're seated at the table, and as soon as Valifor comes over, you've been sensing new magic ever since last night. The presence. And a lot of these things have been identified for you, told to you by Cypher. Oh, I found this and that. You feel the presence of this new magic. And your body becomes accustomed to its presence. The same thing happens in the morning when Valifor approaches you. You feel the power of transmutation as he approaches with this wonderful axe, brand new bladed axe. And he briefly tears off the coverings on the edges and thumbs the fine razor edge, just as you had left it, Valifor. Except now it has this rune on it. This'll be fun to practice with. Bjorn sits there admiring the blade.
It's an axe. Does it resemble that other axe I remember seeing? Or is...
Not at all. This is a lot more plainer in that respect. The other axe just had all kinds of imagery all over it. It was fine crafted with stone and metal fittings all over it, as well as wood.
To be honest, Karma, that axe was giving me the heebie-jeebies. This one will do much finer.
Indeed, it's not haunted, Bjorn says as he kind of stands there adjusting his armor and his weapon.
Kyle, give yourself another hero point because I really like that word. Haunted. Haunted axe.
It will serve you well, Valifor. Like I said, at least they were willing to do yours.
Yes.
Congratulations on getting a new weapon.
Thank you.
Okay, anything else to take care of? It's about 3 hours past sunrise.
It's
I'm
time for us to return to the gauntlight.
yeah. Agree, I'm raring to go.
Yes.
Okay. I would like you each, as you make your way up to the forest, and it's maw opening to you into the darkness. It's a beautiful day today. Until you get into the forest, where the canopy is just so intense, the light doesn't get through much, so it's very dark. I need everybody to roll a flat d20.
Would it be okay if I start before we leave that I have cast 2 spells on someone since it's a new day? It's the ones that are like always active, like life connection,
Yeah, you could do that.
vitality beacon.
Do that right now.
Did you want this flat check public or blind?
These can be public. Let's get some public rolls. There's Vital Beacon. Life
And that's
connection.
life connection on Bjorn and vital beacon on myself.
Okay. And
Thank you. Thank you.
Roll ID.
I need one more check, I think. That'll be from Karma. Karma. Okay, thank you. And you begin your journey back into the gauntlight. Let me knock off another hour.
As we enter the ruins, Bjorn's gonna draw a weapon and cast light on his gauntlet.
Okay. So, let's see. Light on the gauntlet. All right. Exploration activities. Karma, do you want detect magic or do you want to change that?
I will still do detect magic for now.
Okay. Bjorn, I have you at search at the front of the party. Do you want to search or do you want to change that? That's watching for traps and clues and things like that.
No, I'll keep the search.
Okay. Cypher, I have you at shield.
Yeah, no, this time around I'm actually gonna change my exploration. Let me switch it up.
Okay, you tell me what that
Oh.
is. Velafor, what about you? I have you at scout and to the front. Scout to the front.
Yep. That'll
Keep
stay the
that?
same.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just keep search up. Can never have too much of that.
Okay, that's useful. 2 searches. And the marching order, of course, in single file, it's Bjorn, Velafor, Karma, Cypher.
Yeah.
Side by side, it's Bjorn, Velafor, and Karma and Cypher.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. It's Gozrin the 7th. About 4 hours now, 4.5 hours past sunrise, as you leave the safety and comfort of Otari and enter the gauntlight, passing through the fog fen where the gauntlight sets. You're immediately hit once again by that stench of death. But you push on, following the path you normally take down to the spiral steps. Let me change the scene here. I can't. No, let me change the music then at least. It's going to take some hours to get down, at least another hour to get to those spiral steps. Bjorn, familiar to you. This terrain, this journey, this trek through this stony underground cavern, passing through steps and corridors. You've been through here many times. The stench is all around you. You have to cover your face numerous times. You see the desiccated bodies, these small bluish, well, they're grayish blue now. They're just horrible, rotting carcasses. Every once in a while, not only you, but all of you, you hear what sounds like feet running off, as if they hear you or sense you, and they disappear quickly. And you're left only with the echoes of the footfalls in the distance. You make your way down the first couple levels, no problem. The smell starts to get a little less as you reach the third level. The library. Until you finally find yourself once again at the top of the steps leading to the spiral staircase. You haven't encountered anything, but Valifor, you feel something. You feel a presence that you haven't felt before. And all of you can feel the hairs in the back of your neck stand up. This is different than usual. You all get the sense you're being watched. From the moment you set foot in the forest to the point you've reached here at the top of this set of steps, something's watching you. You feel it. You keep your eyes peeled around every corner, every little nook, every little niche. You keep your eyes peeled, but you see nothing. Occasional footfalls in the distance is about it. You push on. Going down the steps, descending once again. You find yourself on the arena level, where the spiral staircase begins. A rusty guardrail all around this central abyss. You remember your battles here. You remember your battles. Bjorn, do you lead the group down the spiral steps?
I will.
You do. And as you get to the top of this set of steps, you hear a god-awful scream coming from the central location of this abyss, this pit, this fall into darkness. It sounds demonic, otherworldly. And then it dissipates. You push on. Let's see, spiral steps, where are we? Yes, here we are, the spiral steps. You return once again to the level with the hydras. The level where you have your little safe room. The demons lie below. Occasionally, you hear coming from this hole in the center of the spiral steps, the abyss, you hear footfalls. You hear voices, moaning sounds that are brief, You stop to pause and listen, but you can't hear them. They're not constant, and you certainly don't understand what's being said. But there's something down there awaiting you. Now, where you're currently located, let me put you over here, actually. This right here is, well, that will take you down to the demon level, straight away. This is also the level where your safe room is. So what I need to know is if you're going to move on to the safe room, or are you going to go down to the level?
Gonna go down to the level.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go for it. You follow your way down the steps. You hear your feet echoing on the steps, and you arrive at the bottom of the steps. So there you are. This, of course, was the chamber where you had fought those gauntlets and a demon. Their bodies are no longer present here. Although you do see fresh blood, as if carcasses, bodies were drug across the floor. Maybe not blood, but a black ichor. Remembering that there was a demon body up above, on the floor above you. The body's no longer there. And here you are, once again. To the west glows the doorway that needs shards to open it, so you've learned. To the north is where the gauntlets were practicing with some demon. You fought them and defeated them. To the south lies a couple chambers. To the left was the trap room, the room with the glowing, throbbing trap. To the right was a chamber filled with over a dozen pillars that seemed to glow. It's there that Bjorn encountered some type of guardian magical beast that glowed. A witch, he called her. And ran from it. He and Karma ran from that. To your immediate east, to the right, you've been down there. It was down there that you met what looked like a small demon that tried to make a pact with one of you, Cypher in particular. And other creatures down there that you didn't explore down there too much. So, here you sat, surrounded by hell itself. What do you do?
Bjorn will begin to head to the west. Because I know that we looked down these doors, but I don't think we explored them.
Is that door open? Let me zoom in here.
What was that?
Test, test, test. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, you head to the west, drawing closer to this reddish glowing stone gateway. To the north, you see the double doors. You've been here before. All the doors are closed. They weren't locked. You remember fighting that cherub demon-like creature that you killed here. Those bodies are no longer lying here. You approach the doors.
Yeah, Bjorn will take a listen.
Right, blind perception. If anyone would like to listen at the doors, do so. Or just listen in general from where you are.
Should be on the way.
You hear the creak of a door, Bjorn.
Bjorn will kind of motion over to the others. I just heard a door shut. Get ready for a fight.
What do you do?
Once everybody gets set, Bjorn will open the door.
You see the long corridor. You see doors, both the east and west corridors. They all seem to be open, except the one closest to you. Doesn't seem to be any movement or anything within this corridor.
Bjorn will slowly move up to the door that's closed, motioning for Balfour, Cypher, and Karma as well.
You see double doors at the end to the far north of this corridor. You see 3 doors to the west, 3 doors to the east along this corridor. They're all open except the ones in the far north and the one right in front of you.
Yeah, I'll take a listen at that one.
Okay, blind perception. Cypher, do you close the door behind you?
You know what? Yeah.
You hear nothing, Bjorn. The door is damp. It's cold. It has a normal latch. There is a keyhole.
Bjorn will try to lift the latch.
It's locked.
Cypher, I require your skill.
Step aside. Let me see this. Is
Well,
there
what-
a keyhole? Can this door be picked?
There was a keyhole.
Okay. I'm going to first check the door and examine it for traps.
Okay, blind perception. Nothing. You don't see any evidence of any chicanery here, although you do notice that the door itself, the keyhole, can definitely be picked. With some effort. Perhaps you can do it. Doesn't look difficult at all.
Alright. I take my tools out of my bag, unfurl them quietly, and examine each tool until I pick the correct one and insert it into the keyhole, and I begin to pick the lock.
Okay. Give me a thievery.
I've sent it on over. Blind.
You see Cypher go to work. The glow of your light helping her to see, not that she needs it. She's an elf with dark vision. She starts going at it with these strange little tools. 2 at a time, she starts working in there. Within seconds, she looks very satisfied. you hear hers go, ah, as you hear a click. But she's not done. There's more to it. Give me another thievery roll. You got this. You got this, Cypher.
I've sent it on over. And if I fail, or if, as I'm turning one tool and then the other, and I think things are going south, I'd like to use a hero point to reroll that.
Not necessarily. Not necessary. Okay. You keep going in and out, and in just a few seconds more, there's another. And then you freeze for a second. And that's it. You pull your tools out. It's unlocked. You state to yourself, anyway. Congratulations, you unlocked that door.
Yeah. I step aside.
Good job.
Yeah, she got a critical success, too.
There you go.
Oh, yes. Well, she extends her arm, kind of like guiding Bjorn to the door. Here you go.
Well done.
One unlocked door.
Much appreciated. You worked those tools well. And,
Well, if one wants to get anywhere, you have to be skilled with a tool or two.
Indeed. You do it well.
I just happen to be skilled with many tools. And then she also kind of like nonchalant takes her musical instrument out.
Indeed.
She doesn't play it because she, doesn't want to create any kind of noise.
So proud.
She gives a little smirk like, yeah, I'm cool. Puts it away. But she'll head back to her position in line and continue her normal search.
Karma, you feel a very strong presence of dark magic.
Oh, that's not.
You feel it getting stronger and stronger as you've entered this corridor.
And it's a spike. All of a sudden, it's very bad.
Yes, it's as you've gone up this corridor and you feel its presence immediately start pinging. And it's strong. It's evil. It's dark. Bjorn, do you open the door?
I'll reach out to halt him if I think he's going to that.
Oh yeah, Bjorn is about to open the door.
Oh, and there's something is evil. Something is evil. I'm sensing dark energy.
Good, then we can banish the wicked.
Careful.
Careful is my middle name. And Bjorn will open the door.
As you open the door and peer inside, Bjorn, Valafor close in behind you, peeking in. It looks like this is definitely a storage room. You see a chest, you see a cask, you see weapons. Well-kept weapons in this room.
We found an armory, Bjorn says as he steps inside.
You could click that token. You also see some vials of alchemist fire. 10 of them. And some other strange potions as well.
Cypher, I need your bag.
She'll blatantly ask, and why is that?
There's a lot of equipment here.
Alright, I'll carry it, but never refer to me as a mule, okay? And she also questions, my backpack? Okay. She takes out her backpack and puts them into it.
Okay, so you got a 10 alchemist fire, a potion of something, and about 4 arrows, each one wrapped in cloth. And as you unwrap it, you see that they are indeed arrows of exquisite design and strange design. Their shafts have inscriptions all along them, some of them evil looking. But the head of the arrow looks very, very menacing. The head of the arrows.
Does the energy seem to be coming from the arrows, perhaps?
You can't tell. But you definitely sense the presence of new magic somewhere within 30 feet of you. And it's dark.
Question. When I put it in my bag, does that feeling dissipate?
Which feeling are we talking about?
Karma's feeling.
You'd have to ask her. No, it doesn't.
Okay. Because technically it's like put it into like a different dimension or something.
It is.
Okay.
The presence is still strong and vile, Karma. So, you can take time to identify those when you want. You have them. Now what do you do?
See what else we can find in this hallway.
Okay, the other doors lead to empty rooms. Not empty rooms, they look like they're for storage. And most of the items in here are just empty vases, empty chests, or you might find some broken weapons. Nothing of any real value, some rags. Same with the other rooms. Like they were old storage rooms, or have been ransacked. Even recently, it was a possibility. But there's nothing there outside of what you already found. The presence of new magic is strong, however. Karma. And at the end of the hallway in the north, you see 2 double doors made of wood and steel. And you see carved into the wood grain itself of the doors harrowing images, demonic images. You see what looks like horned creatures with long tails, serpents. Designed very well, but very dark looking.
We press our luck and see what's behind those doors, Bjorn replies to everybody.
Bjorn and Valifor, you draw close to these doors. Bjorn to the left, Valifor to the right. Each of you facing one of these doors. You see that there's no latches on these doors. Rather, there are just 2 large rings set close together towards the center of both doors. So towards the middle of where both doors meet, there's a ring on each side, on each door. As if they're used to pull the doors open. Or just large knockers, however you want to view it. What do you do, Bjorn, Valifor?
Grab a hold of a knocker and see if we can open the door.
As soon as you reach to grab it, you feel heat and fire. Just then, Bjorn, you see a glow underneath the door. Pulse. And then fade away. The doors are indeed warm. Very warm. You grab hold of the knocker. It doesn't burn, but the doors are meant to be pulled. Do you pull it open, Valafor?
Seeing the glow of heat from under the door, he turns to Bjorn and says, "Are you ready?"
Perhaps we should have Cypher examine the door first. If there is indeed a trap, she might be able to nullify it. Well, to nullify it.
Nutrify. I like that word.
Get over here and nullify the door.
Yes.
And Cypher's like, you want me to do what?
Yeah, we're gonna eat it later.
Yeah.
God. Next time, run background checks on who I adventure with.
That's your new condition at Pathfinder, guys.
Can I nutrify it?
Yeah,
Nutrify.
absolutely you can. Pour some water on that bee hat. But yeah, seeing Valafor kind of grab one, Bjorn will grab the other side. But he will instruct Cypher and Karma. Hide in the storage rooms in case there is a trap in the hallway. Valafor, whenever we pull these open, tuck behind your door.
Yes. Cypher was already, like, moving into the room when you mentioned that. She's like, I don't want to be here.
Move to the room you want to be in. She's going where?
He's like, the hell with this shit, I'm out of here.
Where I'm at.
Cypher also is having flashbacks to that room with the blades that she had to go into, which now that she can fly, she could probably get in there easy, but she didn't have it before, and it was a dangerous place, so she doesn't trust anything. But she gives a little shout. All right, try it now.
Let's give a
She doesn't
pull,
see
Valafor.
Karma. Karma's safe. Let's go.
Without hesitation, Valafor pulls the door open with a crash. Boom. It hits against the wall, and he stands there in front of the doorway. You see inside. Somebody's waiting for you. Ah. I see I have visitors. And what would you want in this place? He says, this demonic-looking creature with wings.
Are you a smith, by chance?
I am. And suddenly, its wings shoot out from the side and it begins to ascend above the ground. About 10, 15 feet. It hovers there. And let's see, that recorded. The other creature steps forward. He was back here. Steps forward. He's got a glaive in his hand and he approaches you. And he has his glaive at the ready, pointed towards you, Bjorn. He just sits there grunting. I'm so pleased that you have arrived. I see you've done away with that vile cherub of a creature. And he's referring to the creature that you defeated earlier in this corridor.
Indeed, we did. We
I
also
thank you for
required
that.
your charge.
I thank you for that very much. Now what business do you have here? He looks grimacingly at you. He carries hammers on his belt loop and a large glowing hammer in his one hand. Let me describe the chamber, actually. This chamber's walls are charred black. Chains hang from the 20-foot-tall ceiling, suspending shelves, holding tools and metal ingots. A forge fills an alcove in the northern wall. Its mouth yawns open, filled with jagged teeth like those of a great beast. And a blazing fire roars inside. You feel the warmth, you feel the heat, Valafor, hit your face. Between the beast forge's horns, it's talking about this, the forge. Between the beast forge's horns, a hole in the ceiling captures the smoke belching from its nostrils. An anvil rests near the forge. The west wall to your left has a trough of sooty water pushed up against it, and a weapons rack flanks the double door on the south wall. And this creature is flying 15 feet above the ground, above the anvil. Well, yeah. Hovering there. Seeming to be thankful for slaying the creature that was outside the room. Vile little demon. Definitely below me. Now what business do you want of me?
Well, we require a shard to open the door. We were told that you might have one in your possession.
Oh, a shard. This perhaps. And he reaches towards his chest, and there around his chest is indeed a shard. I see we have business to take care of then. Bilakra, take them. And that begins combat.
Oh, well.
So I put you two in the combat. I'll also put Karma in there too. All right, Karma. And of course, Cypher, get in that combat. All right, so everybody's going to be rolling perception. You'll all get +1 to this because of the Valafor's scouting. You were totally ready for this one. So you get +1 to your perceptions.
Use public roll.
Yeah, it's initiative. Good catch, Karma. All perceptions are pretty much blind.
The one time I could have used deception, not deception, I could have used stealth. Oh well.
Yeah, you should just went into stealth mode there.
I didn't think we were going to really see somebody right then and there, let alone join combat immediately.
That is exactly
Kyle was trying to talk it out.
I was trying, guys, but he wasn't, he just wasn't going to have it. So now he don't get the hand.
Or let you go for it.
And that is why I stayed close by. In the
I was
room.
trying to talk it out, guys. I really was. I wasn't even threatening the creature.
Okay, this flying demon is up first. He immediately reaches towards his belt loop, and he grabs at one of the hammers. And give me a number between 1 and 6, Jesse.
3.
Okay, let me roll. Okay. He takes a look at you, and he wings this hammer directly at you. And as soon as it leaves his hand, it engulfs in flame. So this is a flying hammer coming in your direction. Karma, you definitely feel powerful magics in this area. What's your armor class? 25?
25.
Okay, you manage to duck just out of the way of this hammer as it crashes against the door next to you. me see. Anything particular here? No. And it immediately pulls another one from its belt. Oh, no. No, it doesn't do that. Doesn't have enough time. Okay, he's done. We're going to go to Karma.
All right, so seeing that this is all happening rather sooner than usual, being close by, Karma's going to move right in, right behind Valifor. Can't. Oh,
Can't get out.
is that a door?
No. It's over here.
Oh,
Door was down here.
I was like, I couldn't see it. Okay, sorry. And she's going to quickly reach out and cast Heroism on Valifor.
Ooh, thank you. That's a good one.
It is all she can do.
Okay. This creature right here is next. Barbazu. He's readied with his flaming glaive. If I didn't point that out, it is flaming. He's going to attack you, Bjorn. Oh, but not with that one. He lunges once again in your direction. Rah! Growling. You fend it off easily. It rears back with its arms, once again outstretched. And it does this spin around with its glaive in the air, doing some type of martial maneuver, and it whoosh, ends by pointing it directly at your face. He's going to attempt to intimidate you. What is your will DC?
My will DC is 25.
You're shaken for a brief moment, but you shake it off. No effect. So, we're going to go to Bjorn.
Gonna move in. Take a step up here. And then I'm going to change my grip.
As you step forward, you leave yourself open just briefly, long enough for the creature to strike with its glaive. Flaming glaive. Ooh. What is your armor class? 25? Yes, it's going to be a critical hit. You are smashed. Totally unprepared for this.
Well, wait a minute.
Give it to
What
me.
did he roll?
Do you want to use it? 25 would become what? 27?
26.
It's still going to be critical.
Give it to me then.
Here it
I'll
comes.
save the reaction.
All right. All right. First of all, it cuts deep. It rips almost through your armor. You're going to be taking a lot of damage here. Total of 62 points of damage. That's slashing,
Wow.
deadly D10 for the crit, 2d6 evil damage, and fire damage, which is persistent. Let me see. Should I drag this now? Let me do that. What does it say on your token here? Persistent damage, bleed. Well, wait a minute. Should it be fire? Steps to heal it. It's bleed damage. fire damage. All right, we'll leave it at that. You do have some D6 persistent damage there. And go ahead.
Gonna change my grip to two-handed, and I'm going to fire back.
Hiya.
Hit.
Ah! You cut deep into him as a reply.
That'll be 15 points of slashing damage.
This is with your what? Bastard sword?
Bastard.
All right, you cut into him in reply to this sudden attack from his glaive. You hit him, you cut him, but it doesn't seem to penetrate as deep as you thought it would. Didn't damage him as much. Ha ha ha! It chuckles to itself. That's it.
That's all I got.
All right. Cypher. That's your bleed damage. Give me a flat check to stop this. You took the damage automatically, so don't worry. I don't know if it did or not. It rolled, gave you 5 persistent damage. Did that automatically deduct from your hit points?
No, it did not.
All right, so go ahead and deduct that. And then give me a check to stop the bleeding. And
But I can't hero point that. So I shall.
the flat check is 20. Not 15. So vile is the wound that your flat check to stop the bleeding is a DC 20.
So 1 in 20 chance. Wow, that's pretty crummy.
Yeah, never gonna happen at this point.
So I'll tell you,
it's not.
We can
I'll
fix
tell
it
you
after the combat.
I'll tell you right now, the DC will be reduced to DC 15 flat check only if the bleeding creature, Bjorn, or an ally successfully assists with the recovery. With first aid. The DC to administer this first aid to Bjorn is increased by 5. So this is even more difficult to do. You're suffering from an infernal wound, Bjorn.
Although I guess if you have assurance in medicine and it's going to reach that DC, then you can get an automatic success to aid, but then his DC would still be 15 or something, not the greatest, but actually achievable.
Alright, so Karma,
Yes.
you're up. No, Cypher.
Yeah.
No, not yet.
Cypher, she's kind of peeking out the door and sees the trouble everybody's in. She enters into that hallway and she shakes her head and says, "What a disgusting laugh you have." And she proceeds to then sing songs about ugly creatures with ugly laughs never find love.
Wow.
And she casts hideous laughter. And it's on the one that originally attacked Bjorn, so I believe it was this one.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I have to make a will save.
Yeah.
Let's see. Emotion, enchantment, mental, occult. All right, hideous laughter. The target is overtaken with uncontrollable laughter. And that's exactly what happens as it falls to the ground. Still keeping a grasp to its glaive with one hand, but it's rolling there, laughing loud and uncontrollably. It's terrible. It's terrible. It is considered prone.
Oh, wow. So I want to make a note to Valifor and everybody. Please, read the text and know what that means.
He falls prone. He can't use actions or reactions for one full round because he's just laughing.
Please take full advantage of this.
It then suffers the failure effects, which is slowed 1, and can't use reactions. So in its next round, it's going to be slowed 1 and can't use reactions. So it's only going to have 2 actions in the next turn. Its next turn. Or next turn. Next round.
Yeah, and the slow doesn't go away like stunned does. So hopefully this is, we continue this fight. That ended out a lot better than expected.
Yeah, very good. You crit failed.
Alright, that's my full turn. Cypher's in the back, cracking jokes. Bjorn's getting, gravely wounded.
Yeah, that's what that was.
I'm working so this doesn't happen again, Bjorn.
Go ahead,
Appreciate
Valifor.
it. All right, move me up to a flanking position on the laughing hyena. And I'm going to power attack him while he's on the ground.
With your big ol' axe.
That's critical hit.
Critical hit.
Oh.
I can't wait for this damage.
Roll damage.
Oh.
72 points of slashing damage.
It does have some
Eat that.
resistance, but I don't think it's going to help.
Oh, I'm so. Oh, yes. Excellent.
Wow.
Describe how you slay this beast as it rolls around, laughing hysterically. Valifor.
This creature, he sees him impale Bjorn right before his eyes. Flames flying up in the air. Then all of a sudden it drops to the ground, laughing as if it was so happy that it did it. Not realizing that Cypher had cast a spell on him. He quickly runs to a flanking position. Sees an opening as it's rolling on the ground and gets him right in the neck. And you see its head just roll towards the angel guy. And it lands at his feet. And he points at him and he says, "You're next."
Do you have any more actions after that? Move?
Nope.
Power attack? What does that take? 2 actions?
2
Ah,
for
shucks.
power attack.
I would have let you do a intimidation. Okay. Okay, very good. Give yourself a hero point, Valifor.
Thank you.
Because that was really just classic. You deserve that. Fantastic
My first one
kill.
shot.
All right. Well, there goes the Barbazu. Let's see. Okay, I have something in mind here. It sees what you did and it turns and it gnashes its teeth at you in your direction, but quickly turns its attention towards Bjorn. And Karma. That Cypher, you're a little too far away. And it's going to use Furious Fusillade for all its act. Let me see if I can do this. Nope. Let's see. How do I move these cones? Once you play, how do you move it so it rotates?
I think you press shift. I
Shift.
think. And shift or mouse wheel or something.
Oh, it's control, I think. And then the mouse wheel.
Control?
Yeah, I hold that down.
I got more than one on here. Okay, I think they're gone. Alright, forget that. What he's going to do is he's going to ignore Valafor. You're going to get caught in this cipher. Furious Fusillade. All right, as suddenly appearing in front of this creature, he waves his hand. Not like it's magic, but he shoots that hand forward towards you, and it's like his fingernails, which are really long, suddenly detach and come whipping towards you, Bjorn, Karma, and Cypher down the hallway. So you're all going to be subjected to these attacks. Now, Cypher, you're going to have a bonus to your armor class, but we're going to do it anyway. So let me make this attack. I think. Huh. Alright, so against you, Bjorn. Against you, Karma. What's your armor class, Karma?
Mine cut out.
Yours, Karma. Your armor class.
Mine is 25.
Okay. Yours, Cypher. Give yourself a +2. What's the total?
25.
All 325s right in a row.
Alright, Cypher, everybody else dodges out of the way of these flaming fingernails. Except Cypher. You're hit.
Karma, give me some warning. Come on.
Look out!
It's like you duck, and then I'm like, huh, what's going on?
Boom.
Thinking of the next quick whip for a next song.
17 points of
Oof.
damage. Evil. Fire as well. But it's not persistent. It burns. Alright, so that was the only damage from that. Alright, we're going to go to Karma.
Thinking about what I want to do. Is there a way to test a radius before committing to it on the board?
Yeah, you can lay down templates for that purpose. Measurement templates. They're on the left's menu. Looks like an L-shaped ruler. And then you can lay down circles, cones, squares, and rays. So, what is it you want to lay down? A burst, like a circle?
So I just wanted to see what the I don't know.
You just tell me what it is, and we don't have to bother with the template.
Yeah. So basically, what I'd like to do is I'd like to cast the AOE heal to try to hit Bjorn and everyone south of Bjorn, but not hit the boss, which should be pretty easy. I think I could just place it in the hallway.
Well, whoever's in that radius will be hit. If he's undead, he'll be subjected to it. You don't know if he's undead.
Right. So the radius would just be at the most north of it at Bjorn. If it's further,
Put the spell in the chat. So
Yeah,
we
I
can read
put
it.
what you could see. So if you cast it from where you are, because it is going to be from your body, the enemy will be in it. You will have to be... Yeah, you'll have to be just behind me in those either two squares for him to be excluded.
Yeah, but he's unharmed anyway, so if if he gets healing, he's not going to get anything.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Cool.
I just didn't
Yeah,
want. I just okay. I'm sorry.
I didn't realize he was unharmed, so yeah, you might as well just do it. And if he gets harmed in the process, woohoo! Bonus! Which has happened before.
So you wanna cast a 3-action healing, right?
Yeah. Is there?
So it'll disperse the energy, positive energy, within 30 feet of you. This targets this targets all living and undead. Now he's not undead.
Of me? No. I thought I could put that center target wherever I wanted. I'm hitting the button. That was it. So then everybody would get 7 points.
I've never.
Is that really low?
Yes.
I'm looking at it like that's...
Maximum 30, minimum 3.
Rachel, is that how it works? You put that animation where you want it to? It doesn't come from you?
It says emanation, so I've always interpreted it as from your person. So it's like a burst.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've always seen it that way myself. I'd have to go and read up emanation. In which case that has a range. Like you could place it how many feet from you, and then it bursts from there. It doesn't really say that. I think it's coming from
Right.
you. I'd have to
That's
go back and
kinda-
look at it again.
Yeah, that's kind of what I just expected for some reason, and I guess that doesn't necessarily make sense.
It doesn't make sense, actually. It's
Okay.
coming
Oh,
from
I'm
you.
new to this. I'm new to this.
No, it's a new way to look at it. I've never seen it that way.
And then that's my whole turn. But I do want to just say, Remember, you can lay your hands upon me for healing, and you can use it an action to heal through vital key.
So he is going to get caught in this.
But he's healed all the way.
And it says if the target is a willing living creature, there's nothing here worded like ally. So this would actually heal him.
Yeah,
If
I
he's
did it once
willing.
before. I did it once before. That was embarrassing.
Well, he's got a paper cut. That mends pretty quick. But otherwise, you haven't touched him yet, so.
Well, is he thankful and willing to call off the fight now that we've healed the paper cut?
See? I did him a favor.
Exactly. Just like you could get more of these healing if you just actually talk.
So did everybody get their healing back?
I did. Thank you.
How about you,
I
Bjorn?
did.
Okay. Why,
This
thanks,
is
but
bleeding.
no thanks. He looks in your direction. I have no need for your weak powers. He scoffs at the healing positive energy.
Does his persistent damage go away?
What's that, Jesse?
Does his persistent damage go away once he's magically healed?
No. He has to make a flat check. Well, let me go to it. Actually, there is something written about that. Something special. Now that you mention it.
Yeah, because that's pretty deadly.
Very. Okay, first aid. Creatures infested. Spellcaster or item attempting to use healing magic on a creature suffering from an infernal wound must succeed at a DC 21 to counteract a DC 21 counteract check, or the magic fails to heal the creature at all. So, Karma, make a counteract check.
Okay. I will make one.
It's just like
What
a
is-
spell attack. It's a spell attack roll.
Okay. Sorry, I'm very, very, very tired. Is that just a regular flat D20?
No, it's a D20 plus your spell casting ability and proficiency. It should be on your it should be on your character sheet. You'll see it at the top. Let me look for you.
Yours is plus 13.
So you're gonna roll D20 plus. Is it 13? Yeah.
So D20 plus 13?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for your patience.
Just roll D20 and we'll add 13 to it. That's fine. You have to beat a 21.
Wow.
You got this. Okay, there's a D20. Plus 13, 28. You beat it. So your magic, healing magic, did go through. So Bjorn, you were actually healed.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, you'll have to do that every time. In Bjorn's
Okay.
case. He's suffering from a special wound. Infernal. Alright, where were we? Bjorn, you're up.
Seeing Karma's kind of vital beacon up, he's going to move down and accept some more healing if he can. How's that vital beacon work, Karma?
I'm pretty sure from what I read, you have to use your action, but let me see. I'll link it again. Once per round, either you or an ally can use an interact action to supplicate and lay hands upon me to regain hit points. Each time the beacon heals someone, it decreases. And the first one it restores is 4d10.
So you would have to, by the infernal wound, I think she'd have to make another flat check.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
To counteract.
Okay.
D20 plus 13, you need to beat a 21. 21 or greater. And Bjorn, you're spending an interact action.
All
Can
right.
I use my hero point?
Yes, you can.
Good call.
There's no action. I'm just.
Just roll it again. D20 plus 13. And just take away a hero point. Oh. It fails. So you get nothing out of that interaction. You got one more action, Bjorn.
Can he interact again?
You can.
You get the second one if you interact. It's 4d8.
We'll try it again. Go ahead and roll it, Karm. Or would I be the one rolling it since I'm interacting with her?
No, she's the spellcaster. Her magic is coming from her. So this is her attempt to counteract. She got another 20.
Again? Ugh,
Do you have another hero point?
tough.
No.
Can I migrate one of mine? Because I have 3 today.
I'll let you migrate 2 of them for 1.
Okay, deal.
Alright. Thank you.
Ooh,
There you go.
there you go.
Worth it, definitely. Yes. Woohoo! Teamwork!
Teamwork.
So you'll get 4d8 hit points back for the second one. Took a little bit. A little bit of singing in the background, too.
Oh yeah.
That's what I do. I inspire.
That don't have to be good enough.
Cypher, you're up. Oh, wait a
Nice.
minute. Hold on. 5 points of bleed damage, Bjorn. And to make your flat check, DC 20. To stop the bleeding.
No.
Nope.
Okay. Now we go to Cypher.
Alright, so yes, speaking of inspiring courage, I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to cast... Oh. I'll do it anyways. I'm going to cast Slow.
Remember, he's 15 feet up.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Well, I'm 30 feet. If he's 15 feet up, he's still just like 30 feet, right?
That's a 10-foot tall door.
Yeah, alright, well then obviously I can't do that one.
Unless you move up.
Mm,
You're close. I'll let you do it if you move a little bit up. If you got the...
well, I won't be able to do it if I move up.
Okay.
Because I wanted to inspire courage. Well, first of all, let me get that spell slot back, so I'm not casting it. I'll cast... Forbidding Ward. Gonna have to be on Bjorn.
Thank you.
He needs it.
And that's the end of my turn.
Take any advantage I can get at this point.
Valifor
Yeah.
is next.
Valfor's just a little out of reach, and who knows? Hopefully he'll be okay.
He does have a heroism. He'll hit really hard.
All right, grasshopper, what do you do? You're muted, Jesse. Jesse, you there?
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. Was it my turn?
It's your turn now.
Yes.
Okay,
Magic's flying.
he's not in range for me to hit him, is what you're saying?
No, he's 15 feet up.
All right, I do have a consumable that lets me leap.
Is this grasshopper?
Yeah, read that.
Wait, that's a consumable?
I'm not sure.
No,
What is this?
It's a talisman.
Yeah, I think you just interact with it.
So you have to put this on your armor, is what you do.
Gee.
I'll
should
let
have
you
done
do it.
that.
I'll let you do it.
Okay.
And then with an action during your turn, you can envision what you're trying to accomplish, which in this case is leaping up into the air. And that takes an action to do that. It's envision. So you have two actions to do something with. Trigger, you attempt a high jump, but haven't rolled yet. You have to be an expert in athletics, which you are. This metal grasshopper studded with emeralds is usually clasped to the legs of a suit of armor. So use your imagination. When you activate it, again by envisioning, if you succeed at the athletics check, you leap up to 50 feet vertically and up to 10 feet horizontally. How far away is he? 5, 10, 15. If you critically succeed, you can leap up to 75 feet vertically and 20 feet horizontally. If you don't end your jump on solid ground, which you wouldn't in this case, you flutter in the air until the end of your turn, then fall harmlessly at a rate of 60 feet per round until you reach the ground. So you're going to make an athletics check. Are you going to activate it?
Yep.
All right, go ahead and do that. Now make your athletics check. Oh, look up this.
37.
Okay, that's...
Okay.
Okay, hold on. We just need to verify if it's a critical success. This will be high jump. I think it's high jump. Yeah, vertical leap and attempt a DC 30 athletics check. And what'd you get? 37?
37.
Yeah.
So it'll be success. That's going to allow you to 10 feet forward. That's 10 feet forward. And definitely up to his height. Now you're not... I would recommend that I'll let you do this because we're doing this kind of awkwardly. I'll let you leap on top of the furnace. The forge.
All right. I'm going to lop his head off with a power attack, hopefully.
Because what's going to happen otherwise is you're going to fall to the ground.
All right.
So you're not going to be able to attack him. So an alternative, I'll let you actually leap on top of this thing, land on top of it, and I'll say he's 5 feet away from you. So you're 10 feet up. Let's put you at 10 feet up. You come down on solid ground. Boom. So there you go. That is your second action.
All right. So I'll attack him. Just a regular.
Okay.
Yes. You want a hero point?
Yeah, definitely hero point it.
Yeah.
28.
Okay, with this hit, I'm going to attempt to knock him down, too. With my
I
feet.
think you have the actions for that, Bubby.
No, it's, Yeah, that is 2 actions. Okay, I just hit him. That's fine.
27 slash.
Your blade cuts into him, and as your blade pulls away, it looks more like a scratch. He looks displeased as he turns to glance at you, Valafor, and begins to cackle. We're going to go to
Okay,
round
I'm done.
3. He's up. Let me double check something. Yes. All right. Let me think. You fool. And he begins to manipulate with his hands in the air. There's an opportunity. Do you take it, Valafor? An opening presents itself. Do you strike?
Beat on, I will.
Oof.
That's
Oof.
a hit.
That's a hit.
$24 points slashing.
So his axe comes up and cuts once more into this demon as it begins to start in an incantation of sorts. And it cuts into him. But he pays no attention to the wound. And suddenly, he disappears. Only to reappear somewhere else. Behind you, Cypher, you feel the presence of this creature suddenly appear. He's no longer flying, he's directly behind you. Now it's your turn. And he is going to light you up with his flaming hammer. And let's see. I'm going to make you flat-footed. You were totally unprepared for this. So make yourself flat-footed, Cypher, for this attack. $32. That's going to be a critical hit. You're going to take 48 points of damage in total, and you have persistent bleed damage of 1. Oh no, this is different. This is from the other. You got 1d10 persistent fire damage as you were ignited. Horrible turn of events. And then he's done. Karma.
Can you tell me what I took again? I thought you were gonna post it in the chat so I could just do it, but how much? 40.
Let me double check here. Here's Valafor's roll. The damage was yeah, 48
I was gonna
points
say,
of damage.
I think it was 48. Okay.
All right, and you're going to suffer, I think, yes, 1d10 persistent damage as well.
Yeah, that part you've already added. Alright, so minus 40. 48.
And Karma, you're up. So that was bludgeoning damage, evil damage, and fire damage that just hit you from behind. And you're no longer flat-footed or off guard.
Alright, so weird I can't do this subtraction. But anyways, go on, I'll get it updated.
You're muted, Karn.
Thank you for reminding.
Do you
I
want
don't. There it is. So basically, what I want to do immediately is,
heal?
at Cypher.
I have to go, guys.
Alright, see you, Jesse.
I got you.
Drive safe.
Alrighty. Thank
Bye.
you. I'll be on around 10:30. Alright, I'll see you.
And that was directed towards me?
That was, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and
Thank you.
then yes, and then one singular. I'm gonna put guidance. Bjorn.
Guys, thank you.
Well, you you're the closest PS.
Oh, gee, thanks. I love you
there it
too,
is.
Karn.
It's true.
I see how it is.
I buff you because I love you.
Sounds good.
So that is my whole turn. Just those two spells.
Yep, yeah.
Alright, now he's on my level. Free action. Dropping the bastard sword. Dropping it, kicking it. I'm gonna throw it away after this session. I've had enough of it. I'm gonna draw the long sword. First action. Second action, I'm gonna move my happy ass down here. And get on the other side of this bad boy. And then he gonna find out, because I'm about to bring some pain to him. This will be piercing. I say again, this will be piercing.
So, he's on the ground?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It still has the plus 15, so I wasn't sure.
That's a hit. Should I be greedy and go for the crit?
Nah, I don't know what the guy
No.
is doing. That is.
Just take the hit.
That will be 21 points of piercing damage, my good sir. And that will be the end of my turn.
God, somebody close those doors so he can't.
Oh no, because if he moves, I'm gonna give it to him. Because he's on the ground
Yes,
now.
please move. Please move.
Yeah, because he is on the ground now. Like, even if he goes to fly, if he moves outside of my reach, that's an attack of opportunity. Play with me. Let's go.
Cypher, you're up. Make your... Wait a minute, who was that?
That was me.
Oh, go ahead and make your DC 20 Infernal Wound.
Nope.
Be impossible.
Okay, so you took 1 point of damage there, bleed. Now it's Cypher's turn.
Okay. Gotta go about this the right way and not. The better the spells are, the more text they have, I swear. They need to give a summary and then the actual text.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Mirror Image because when one cipher wasn't enough, you now have like 4 of them. And then she's gonna quick draw that handy dandy new stick of poking.
Yeah, there you go, fam.
And since it's a quick draw, it's also an attack. So she's obviously targeting the one right in front of her. She makes a strike.
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
think that's like the first I've ever got. Like without it being a critical success, like I've reached 3-0. All right. I got max damage, which is 14.
Wow.
This is it's piercing damage with my +1 striking rapier.
Fantastic.
Don't you have a silver weapon?
No. I wanted to try out the rapier first, so that's in my bag.
Okay. Worth noting. Doesn't seem to be as an effective strike as you had hoped.
Mm-hmm.
But you are whittling him down as a group. He's taking damage. He's now badly damaged, and he's starting to acknowledge these blows. He's starting to have a look of concern. You done?
Yes.
Valifor is up.
Okay, Valifor is going to be kind of tricky, but I'd like to get Valifor right there. And I think I'm going to have to spend all 3 actions to do that.
So he's just a leap 10 feet off. So let's take a jump. Go ahead and make an athletics check. Should be pretty easy for him.
That's a nat 20.
All right, so it's 5, 10. I'll put you right there. You have 2 actions left.
Okay, move 25. Oh, well, looky there. I get to attack with Val.
There you go.
You're bringing the pain now. That's a hit.
34. He's got a 25. Okay, it's a hit.
That'll be 20 points slashing.
He seems to be somewhat resistant to these attacks. But he's badly injured. You're whittling him down.
That's all he can do.
Okay, we've got a half an hour left or thereabouts. Let's take a really quick 5-minute break. I got to take one anyway. So, yeah, let's do that real quick, and then we'll finish this. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right, be right back, folks. Alright, here we go. We're going to pick up this combat. It's closing in. It's looking pretty tough. Tough fight here. The creature's up first. At the top of round 4. Let's see what he wants to do. He's badly injured. He's got a fighter there and a fighter there. Not much he can do. That good old dimension door ain't gonna help him here. Oh, there's something here I forgot. He's got a reaction. Let's do this. A creature in range damages you. Who? Well, that was a lot.
We've all damaged him.
Yeah, Cypher did once. Valifor did once. You did once?
Yes.
All right,
Yes, sir.
let's do one reaction each here. Let me just double check. It's a reaction. Creature in range damages you. That's the trigger. But it's only one reaction. It wouldn't kick off all 3 times, I don't think. So, we'll put this on Valifor. This should have kicked in the gear. You vengefully reflect your pain upon your tormentor. The target takes mental damage equal to half the amount it dealt you when it triggered this reactive spell. So
He dealt 40 damage.
What did he do, 40?
20.
He only did 20. Alright, so make a basic reflex, or basic fortitude save for Valifor. DC is 26. 37.
How about 37?
That is no damage on Valifor. And let's do it for... That was him. Let's do it for Cypher, but not you, because she attacked... Let me look at the initiative here. No, Bjorn was first. So Bjorn, you were first, before Cypher attacked with her rapier, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because Valifor's last, so that was a previous round. So it resets. He's got his reaction again. So you were first. His reaction would go on your attack first. So what did you do for damage?
21 points.
21? Okay. So we'll round up to 22. Go ahead and make a basic fortitude save. 26.
I will here appoint that.
Okay.
No,
22.
no better.
So you failed. You're going to take the full damage, which is 1/2, rounded up, what you took. So 11.
11.
And then Cypher, that was during the same round, so your doesn't kick onto you. So you're safe. Alright. Now we're in the new round. That resets. There. We're all good. Sadly, though, I don't think he can do anything here. Without provoking some type of act.
Provoke me.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I got 2 of them here. Provoke me.
Alright, he's just gonna turn into a whirlwind of pain. He does have that rope of hair tied to his belt, but that's not going to do any good. What's this? Flames of Fury. Yeah. He's going to haul off with his hammer. And the first one to receive the pain, this flaming hammer. This does have the shove trait, which I haven't been utilizing, but I will here. This is going to be on Bjorn. His first attack is whipping around to attack you, Bjorn. You look close to death and yet somehow more threatening, being the cause of his off guard. He's going to attack you with this hammer. It's 26.
Yep.
Just enough to
that
catch you.
is- No, it is not. I have
Oh.
Forbidding Ward up, which is 26, and I
That's
ain't
enough.
done yet.
That's enough. You got it right there. You don't need any more. That alone will be a miss.
Okay. Because I was getting ready to flop out the reflective shield there.
Yeah, I know you were. Not deterred, he attacks again with his flaming hammer. Ah! Oh, 21. What a sham this game is. Just a sham. All right. Damn you. Nah. Do it one more time on you, Bjorn. Ugh. 11. He failed miserably. You easily fend off the blows of this flaming hammer. His time has come. But first, we go to Karma. You're muted, Karma.
Right.
There you go.
Yes.
Go for it.
So, I would. I'm gonna add. So,
What is that?
starts
Grzanja's
looking at him.
march. Grzanja's march. Grzania. Grzana. What is that?
It's an AoE buff that will increase attack rolls for.
Oh, yeah, because you used this for our fight with the Goliath in the arena.
That's right. The big AoE that she was singing the entire time.
Do you want to roleplay this?
I don't sing, but.
What does it look like?
Oh, it's not so bad.
What does it look like? What does everybody see as you turn on this incantation?
You know, she has her book out in her free hand, her shield arm, and she is reciting loudly, suddenly reciting hymns to Aimode, but just kind of saying them, not really like singing them, and there is a glowing aura that begins to surround her as she does that. She gathers that as a focus to her. I don't know.
All right, give yourself a hero point for effort.
Okay.
All right, everybody gets that effect. Drag it to your sheet. Your allies, your friends, you hear this chanting of litanies of warriors and great heroes. Occasionally, song breaks out. Karma's not a great singer, but it's there. You can tell she's trying. She's trying, Cypher. But it sounds beautiful, and it's motivating. This tale of great heroes marching to victory. And that is two actions. Okay, you got one more.
I will maintain guidance, I believe. I still have that up.
Is that a sustain?
I'm still. Putting in it, reading.
So it was a sustain.
That's a non-sustain.
No, that's it's right. Sorry, turn. I will put my shield up.
Okay. Gonna go to Bjorn.
You know what I'm doing, Fritz. It's revenge time on this sapsucker.
Okay.
This will be slashing, my
Okay.
good sir.
Okay.
That's a normal hit for the moment. That'll be 26 points of slashing damage. I think I need to make a fortitude save. Did it go through?
No. But what I'll do...
Let me roll it again here.
Well, wait. Let me just... Maybe we could do it this way. 27's good. You needed, what, a 21? Wait a minute. What are we doing here? Fortitude savings throw. What is that for?
Doesn't he have a reaction where every time somebody damages him, that he reflects some of the damage back?
Yeah, if I remember. I totally forgot it. You could have got away with it.
Crap.
All right, so that's 21, I think. So yeah, you're successful. You take half the damage that you dealt, or half again the damage you dealt. So a quarter of whatever damage you dealt.
Dealt 26. What's a quarter of that? Would be 9.
Well, 13, 7. You're gonna take 7 points.
All right. Gonna do it again. That's a critical hit.
You're safe.
I really don't think it matters at this point. That's a critical hit.
Okay, damage. He's got 20 hit
So
points.
it's gonna be juicy. That'll be 36 points of slashing damage.
36
Okay.
minus resistance 5 is 31. That is enough to take out his 20 hit points. He falls and crumbles to the ground.
Okay.
Hi.
And as he does so, Bjorn will plunge the blade deep into the creature's ribs for yanking it out, giving this creature a vicious left hook that just echoes. It's a sickening, very, very sickening sound. Kind of almost makes Cypher want to retch. It sounds so vicious before he literally hacks the creature's wings off before decapitating the rest of it.
He collapses to the ground. I'll be back.
He just punts the head down the hallway into the forge.
Oh, he's cutting heads off.
Yeah, I split heads, wings.
All right. All right, you finished him off. Very good, Bjorn. Give yourself a hero point for the finishing blow. Who didn't get a hero point? Jesse did. Cypher did. Karma, give yourself a hero point. Unless I gave you one already this combat.
You gave me one.
Did I? All right, we're all good then. Everybody got your hero point. At critical moments. All right, now, the end of your turn. Now, let's see how this works here. It rolled your damage, and it's going to give you a button to roll. You'll see it there. So you're going to take 2 points. But take your 2 points, and then hit that roll recovery check.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to use the DC of 15. It is. It's using 15. Should be 20. So you failed that. Didn't actually pass. So that didn't work because it took it away. Demat. What was it? Fire?
Yeah, I believe so.
No, bleed. It's bleed damage. Whoops. Well, the DC's wrong. It should be 20. All right, so that didn't work. All right, so you took your 2 points damage there. Now, before we go any further, we'll continue this out. I want to see how badly damaged you wind up being and how much magic has to be used, saving your life. As far as you know, the combat has ended. We're going to go to Cypher's turn. You see your friend felling this demon, but you could see he's just bleeding out, even through all of his wounds are just bleeding all over the place. What do you do, Cypher?
Can't I assist as well?
You can do a first aid.
Yeah.
Move up to him. It's an action.
Mm-hmm.
Spend an action. Your DC is going to be
And then
20.
2 actions. Yep.
25.
I'll
15.
hero point that.
Oh, there you go. Success. All right, so you helped him with first aid. Now, Bjorn,
Yeah.
you,
Well, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Bjorn, you immediately get a chance to stop the bleeding. The DC is only 15 in this case because she was successful. You got it. So it's
18.
gone. There you go. She saved you. All right, so your bleeding damage is done, and with that, we can conclude the combat. The creature's been defeated, as is the previous one. Cypher with some quick moves does some first aid and mends your wounds, Bjorn, as you stare blankly at this creature's body, just breathing heavy. Got Valifor gritting his teeth. Terrible demons. We must slay them all. And Karma coming out of her chant. What do you do?
Bjorn's going to investigate the fallen body.
You do. And you immediately see the shard around his neck.
Heal. Well,
Yeah, I'll pick up the shard, but also the weapon he was carrying. Flaming hammer.
It's no longer glowing.
A souvenir for the road.
They just look like normal hammers. There's 3 around his waist. One up by the door where you entered, where he lobbed it at Valifor. But they just look like light hammers. They're no longer glowing. The only time they glowed is when it was in his hand. The other is a warhammer. Although it does look much fancier and well designed than a normal warhammer, or at least the ones around his belt. But it is no longer glowing either.
Yeah, Bjorn will leave it, but he will go retrieve his bastard sword.
Okay. He's also wearing a breastplate. He has a rope around his belt, but it looks like it's made of black, long hair. And of course, there's the pendant that's around his neck, which you take. Did you take the pendant?
Bjorn didn't know. He kind of thought Cypher would.
Cypher, do you want the fragment? It's the shard.
She'll pick up anything nobody wants.
All right, you get the shard. You need that to open the gate.
Actually, Bellafor has. Who has the current shard? Like, was it Bellafor?
I don't care.
This way, we can just keep them all on one person.
Battlefort doesn't have it.
Alright, well, I guess she just throws in our bag then.
Bjorn will head inside the smithy and take a look around.
All right, folks, we're going to call it here. And Jesse will be in later, but it's a great session. What'd you think, Kyle? Did you enjoy it?
I did. I really did. I didn't enjoy the first round of combat, but outside of that, once we kind of got him on the ground there, it was a whole different ball game then.
Yeah, it's good fun.
He definitely put up a good fight there initially, throwing them hammers at us. Yeah, just good teamwork, good placement. Kind of once we got him in that hallway, it was kind of fighter on one end, a fighter on the other. And then we kind of boxed him in there. So yeah, I had fun. I enjoyed.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Creature really didn't do that much to you. It was the initial attack by that first demon, the Barbazu. He laid in some bleed damage on you. That hurt. But otherwise, it really wasn't that bad. So you guys took care of it.
I just kind of shrugged it off there from the Smith. But the Barbazu there, yeah, he was out in full force tonight.
Yeah, he was. Everybody's a little sleepy tonight, so we'll cut this short. Folks, we're going to end it right there. Jesse will be in later for the post-game, of course. We'll talk about this, and we're going to get prepared for episode 81, which is next week. Wow, I can't believe it's 80 episodes plus so far. Great stuff. We'll talk to you guys again. Hang in there, folks. It's only going to get better. Talk to you soon.